Morning YouTube. It's taken me a couple of days to do this, longer than it should have. What are we at here? 190 amps. You ripper. I've seen that get as high as 310 in the past. It's pretty impressive seeing 310 amps going in, but gotta be happy with that. Yeah, so I've been trying to get back to our solar shading video. We had some to and fro's with some people. The comment I made, which people reacted poorly to, was when this one gets one of its panels covered, that basically that string becomes useless, right? At this low voltage, we've noticed that we cover one panel. This is 3S 4P, 3P 4S. So like same number of panels, but just slightly different configurations. Now you cover one panel in this, that we lose 22% of the overall output, right? With this one, we lose like between 18 and 20%. So what we theorise is going on is that there's actually an overall voltage drop across all of the strings, and then that changes the maximum power point, which reduces your output. Someone commented that, oh, well, my inverter doesn't do that. Yeah, we don't think inverters would do that because they're at a significantly higher voltage, right? So the voltage disparity in terms of percentage is not anywhere near as much, so that the maximum power point algorithm is not going to, drop down the power output so significantly. So anyway, we've been looking to try and validate if that's true or not, and appreciate the guys who are commenting. Keep it up. But yeah, look, and we did. Right, long story short, it's been really cloudy out. I've rushed out here a bunch of times to try and make the video. I've ended up shooting fucking ridiculous amounts. I'm not allowed to swear in the beginning of the videos. Oh no, I'm alright, I'm at a minute 45. You don't know how many times I've done that. So since they monetise the channel, I now have to stick to these rules, and if I swear at the beginning of the video, they don't monetise the video, which you can imagine is a bit of a pain. But anyway, whatever. So, long story short, what I've done is I covered one of those panels and ran just a single string to see what the impact was, right? And the impact, there was an impact, and then we unisolated it and ran it together to see if the voltage of the overall array itself would drop if just one panel was covered. And guess what? That's what happens. So anyway, let me get into the video. You guys can sort of make up your own minds. Let me know if you think I've got it wrong, but I think we've gotten to the bottom of it. Alright, it's the next day. I'm not wearing any fucking safety boots. This is going to hurt like all buggery because the rungs on this ladder are not fucking pleasant. It's the next day. I've turned off, obviously the sun's out. Look at that. You ripper. Hitting the battery with about 15 kilowatts just a little while ago, which is awesome. So, same test as we did last time when we were doing the shading. So I'm expecting around about an 18% drop in output. We'll see what happens. Alright, so I'm having to re-record this because unfortunately my microphone capture didn't work. But we've got here, so this morning it was both arrays were turned on. We're at 1654 watts. I isolated one of them, so we're just running on that. I chose to run on the array that we've recently fixed to make sure, just to get a little bit of extra validation. Now, when I covered the panel, we dropped from 930-ish watts down to sort of like 800, 770, right? So that's about a 13% drop in performance, which is less than what I was expecting. I was thinking it was going to be like 16%, but that still doesn't validate our theory that actually what we're expecting is that the impact is less based on like the voltage disparity between strings. So the only way for us to figure that out is to unisolate it and run it with the other string. So we're at about 800 watts. So are we going to go to 1600 watts, or are we going to go higher than 1600 watts? 1674. Jump up again. 1676. Alrighty. So you can see here that we've left the panel covered and we unisolated the other string and we came up to 1607-ish watts, right? Alrighty. Can I safely drop that, you reckon? We'll find out in a minute, won't we? Cool. Panel's exposed again. Let's go see what power we're getting. Then I uncovered the panel. And when I uncovered the panel, it went up again, and basically by 9%. So it seems to me that, like, while in the 3P configuration or the 4P configuration, the impact was significantly higher, as we suspected, the higher the voltage goes, the less disparity there is between the voltage of the strings when one of the panels gets covered. But let's just jump back, because actually I can, have I left them open? I didn't. I left them open. So for those guys who don't know, if you've got Fronius inverters, they actually have an API and you can directly get data straight from the API. So this is our UDC, is the voltage of the string of solar panels, right? So if you've got more than one MPPT, you might have more than one. These are only little primos and galvos, so they're little baby ones, only got a single MPPT. So our voltage was 149.4 volts when it was a single string with one panel covered. Now these panels, open circuit, are 38 volt panels, but maximum power points I think around 30 or 31 volts. And this has dropped down from 200, so that is greater than the panel's voltage, which contributes to what we suspect is going on, that actually the bypass diodes actually cause the voltage of the array to drop a little bit further. But also that these panels are probably degraded, and this is expected behaviour. So when I unisolated the second array, now we've got one array with a shaded panel and one that doesn't have a shaded panel, we've got 155 volts. Now when I uncovered the panel, it went up again to 168 volts. So that coincides with what we think is going on. So yeah, that's it. Coincides exactly with what we thought it was. Lots of people are commenting that, oh no, you know, when you have shading, you only get just that one panel worth of power goes, but that's not accurate. What it is you're going to lose a percentage of your power based on the voltage disparity between your strings. The greater the voltage disparity is between your strings, then the greater the impact to your production is going to be. And I'm sorry, there's a plane flying over. We're in a plane flight path here. Yeah, so that, again, that coincides with something else that we always say, like, always push your string voltages up, man. You want your string voltages to be the maximum you could possibly get them to, always. Not only, like, does it help you with the cable, because you've got, you know, like the cost of cable is significantly lower when you can run, you know, like a thinner cable, because you've got a higher voltage and lower current. But yeah, on those inverters, you should absolutely push. You should always push the voltage up as high as you can get it. These things go within a reasonable tolerance of whatever they can take, but with the inverters, push them as high as possible. And we realise that most people don't have a setup like this. Like, this is fairly diverse. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of mess that I haven't cleaned up too. So I really should pull my finger out and do something about it. I've got to get that off the ground too. It's starting to give me the shits, to be honest. I wanted to make more videos with it, so it's still been sitting there waiting for me to make videos, but the weather hasn't permitted. But I'd like to hear from you guys anyway. I've tried looking at the search criteria to see how people are finding the channel and seeing if I should make videos about that content. But yeah, look, I don't know, that doesn't sort of seem to appeal to me at the moment. But you guys, let me know in the comments, what do you reckon we should make a video about next, and I'll jump right onto it. Otherwise, thanks for subscribing, thanks for watching, thanks for commenting, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.